Creating an elaborate drag number from start to finish, part 21. So today I had a computer technician come here to try to figure out what was going on, why Cubase was freaking out. We basically ruled out the possibility of it being the computer itself and determined that it is definitely the way that I have Cubase set up, which honestly is the very last thing that I wanted to hear, because what it comes down to is the template that I spent about 2 weeks making. So for those of you that did not follow, the method that I was using was something that I discovered on YouTube. I would take, say, the flute here, and I would load up 16 or so individual instruments on this one track. Then I would create an expression map allowing me to change articulations without having to rely on key switches. The issue, as I have discovered today, is that all of these instruments create a ridiculous strain on the program. So a quick test that I did was I took the Flute 2 and I created a key switch instrument which holds every single one of the articulations on one instrument. And then I pressed F12 here. I don't know the specifics of exactly what this means, but these bars are low, and that's good. Continuing the experiment, I went ahead and disabled the key switch instrument that I added. And then I opened the one that I had created previously. Press F12, and whoops, it's going haywire. Which tells me that that is the problem. All of the instruments loaded up into the one instrument. What I actually have to do is to use the key switch instruments and set up an expression map through that, which I have discovered is possible. I didn't think that that was possible before, but upon doing a little bit of extra research, I have discovered that it is entirely possible. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to go back and readjust my template. So the first thing that we're going to do is duplicate the template that we already have, open it up, create a new piccolo track, enable all of the articulations, go into each articulation that we enabled and make sure that it is registered as a key switch. Set up an expression map, order this to match the order of the articulations in the key switch instrument, add the rest of these articulations in, copy, and paste. Delete all of the MIDI channel data. Now I have to take care of a new step, which is to add a little plus sign out here for output mapping. And then we have to change this little thing here to match this. And now we do that for all of these. Done. Now I have to reorder these. Done. Now I have to add articulations for these new ones that were added in. And that's done. Now we add in the remote data, apply the expression map. And now, of course, the next thing to do is test this to make sure that it is set up correctly. So we're gonna hit record. And now we're gonna open up the MIDI data. We're gonna select this first note, add an articulation. So let's make that leg slur. Let's make this one trill, halftone trill. Make these ones staccato. So this is a beautiful thing. I have absolutely everything that I need for piccolo on one freaking track. The way that I was doing it before, I could only fit 16 articulations on each track, and I had to split it into 2. With some instruments, I had to split it into 3. Now I will be able to have one track for everything, and all contained within one instrument. The difference between this and this. Do I wish that I had figured this out before I devoted 2+ weeks of my life into setting up something that wasn't gonna work? Yeah. Do I wish that I had a better fundamental understanding of computers and the software that I use? Yes, I do. I think if I had a better understanding of that, then I would have foresaw that my setup before was going to cause problems. But I didn't have that knowledge. And because I didn't have that knowledge, I had to discover it the long way. But I discovered it, and I'm very happy for that. So this has turned into a major detour, but we're gonna take the time necessary to correct this template, and then we will hop right back into the track creation. So let's take ourselves a sip of coffee, hop on some music, and get to work. See you all next time.